Hey fellas, how you doing? I just want to say my apologies for being 30 minutes late for the live stream. I don't like it when people are late. It kind of irritates me. But if people are apologising, then that's obviously good manners. The reason why I actually was 30 minutes late, because the video that I'm planning to do today and what I'm going to talk about and share with you, I did a Facebook Live video and I didn't realise I got carried away. I started talking and I ended up talking for, I think, about an hour. I didn't realise the time when I looked at the live stream, because it's something that I've been so passionate about, and I know that it's gonna. I know if you guys are open to it, which I feel that you are, which is why you come on these streams consistently, and you follow my work. You look at the videos, you practice the teaching of facing your fear on a practical level, self-honesty and stuff like that, and enjoying the process and finding out what you love doing and doing it and just trying to be a better person. You're going to really appreciate what I'm going to share with you tonight. And I've shared it on Facebook, and I have a feeling this video might go viral. And it would be nice if it did. I'm not doing it just to go viral. Actually, I'm not even doing it to go viral. Or I wasn't making the video on Facebook for financial gain. I did it because it's the right thing to do, and it feels very good to share the truth. And it's just kind of, like a little kid who's excited, who's discovered a new video game or watched a film, who can't wait to share it with his friend. So it comes from the right place. So if the title's grabbed you, it was supposed to. It's how to stop feeling insecure around women, or beautiful women, or a woman that you find attractive. It's different, obviously, for each and every individual. So just give me a second to get my breath, because I've been training really consistently, and I'm gonna talk about that in a second. And that's why I'm a little bit out of breath, and I've been speaking on the live stream. But I'll get my breath back. I've made myself peppermint tea. So thanks for coming on. Cheers. And Anton, thanks Mark, TL, Phil. I really appreciate some of the regulars I get coming on the streams. I've got to know quite a lot of you. As best as you can, get to know someone over for a screen. Yeah, we're going to get into it. We're going to start. I'm just trying to collect my thoughts, feelings, and emotions, because I've just done it on Facebook. I've been doing a lot of things on Facebook, but YouTube is number one for me. I love YouTube and always will. Right. So a lot of positive things I'm going to give. What I'm going to do in this live stream today, I'm not going to go in a particular order, because that ain't going to work for me. It's going to feel too structured. I'm going to just share it in chunks, pieces. So what you guys can do, if you want, you can get a pen and write this down. Or if you've got a good memory, sort of emotional memory, and I want you, for yourself, I want you to go out and practice this for yourself and see what sort of results you get. Because for me, I've got phenomenal results with the teaching that I'm going to share with you. And this teaching I've shared on the 6 weeks program, on paid programs. And I also share it for free. So whether people pay me or not, they get the truth. And it's then their choice, it's their responsibility to act on that truth and go and practice it. Because it's one thing to hear the truth and for someone to tell you what is the truth and what will change your life and build your confidence with women. It's another thing to go and do it. So when I say to guys, you don't have to be single and lonely. You don't have to be going on Tinder. You don't need to be struggling on with a porn addiction. You could go out in the daytime if you really wanted to, and you could go and speak to women and get yourself a date and get yourself a woman. You do know you can do that. If you want to do that, you can. So I can't force him. If he says, actually, I want to do that, but I don't have the courage to do that, but I want to do it. Can you help me, Johnny? Can you come with me? Can you show me? Can you mentor me? Then I'll say, yeah. Or if he says, can I really do that? Do you believe in me? Or he might say, can you do that then? And I can say, yeah, I can show you my, not showing off or being arrogant. I can show you my YouTube videos. They've gone all around the world. They've inspired men. I can show you me doing it for real. You'll also see me fail. So you know I'm not lying. I'm not perfect. I don't get every go I go for, but I'm really confident. And I've been doing this a long time, and I'm not any different person to the person you're sitting with, spending time with. I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not a dishonest person. I'm not trying to be a different guy. I'm using pickup lines. What you see is what you get, and it's changed my life. And someone showed me this. I had a guy come in and mentor me, so I want to share it with you. So then we're on to something amazing. So what I want to say to you guys, at one level, in order for you to not feel insecure around beautiful women, and when I say beautiful women, I'm not being stereotypical. I'm not talking about how the world thinks about models, big boobs. I'm not on about that insecure, kind of dishonest, unconscious, egotistical place. That's not what I'm about. I'm saying a girl that you're attracted to, she's your beautiful. Doesn't matter what your friends think or what I think or what the world thinks. You are attracted to her. You're in love with her. You would like to date her, and not just because of her looks, but not just because of that. Because you like a whole being. You appreciate her. You like her personality. You like how she walks. You like who she is, the way she speaks. So I just want to get things clear before people start interpreting my message and changing it when it's not the truth. So on one level, you've got to go out and practice honest communication. And I just said on my live stream on Facebook that when guys say to me, Johnny, what do I say to get the girl? That's not them speaking, because that question is incorrect. And I'm not trying to be like spiritually smart. When you're saying to me, because you'd never say that if you come from the right place. If you're coming up from the heart of honesty, what you need to say will just burst out your mouth. It's like when I do these live streams, you can tell. I can't plan what I'm going to say, otherwise I'm going to trip myself up. It just wouldn't be congruent. It just wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be being honest. But of course, I've got a lot of experience, and I know what I need to say, but it doesn't need to be a particular line. Like there's room for error. Like I can or stutter, because I'm truthful. It's honest. It's the honest truth. And if it's not honest, then it will be found out to be fraudulent, which is not. It's true. So you need to practice speaking to women from a place of honesty. And you've done that in your life before. You've been honest to a person. You've been honest to your mum or your dad or your brother or your friend or your previous girlfriend. And you've also been dishonest. So you know what that's like. You know that doesn't work. It doesn't make you feel good. So this is the surface base. So when you watch Johnny Berba's infield videos of going out and you see me demonstrate speaking to women, that's not all of it. What you're seeing is you're seeing the result of someone who's done the work. And I'm going to talk about work in a second. And we're using that today. That theme is very, very relevant to this teaching, doing the work. So when you see me getting all these successes, what you're seeing is, evening Jeremy, you're seeing the result of a man who's done the work, and he's continuously doing the work. He's in work at the moment. I'm in training at the moment. If I could have a sign on my head or a t-shirt, it would say, this man's in training. And I'm going to explain what that means in a second. We're going to talk about doing the work. We're going to speak about the training that all of you need to do. The training that Johnny Berba does. So you've got to do the training. And the training is a lot of stuff. But guess what? If you do the training, it's exciting. But most guys, they feel this sense of, yeah, don't worry, this live stream is going to be saved. There's been a couple of mishaps with the last videos. They've been deleted by mistake, so I'm going to do what I can to save this. So thank you for coming on. And yeah, don't worry if you can't. I hope all of you stay on today, because this is really important what I'm saying. But if you can't stay on it, you can watch it back. It will be recorded and put on the channel, providing that nothing goes wrong. But it should be fine. So where was I? I've lost my train of thought now, so just be patient with me, guys. So if you I've lost my train of thought now. Sorry, I got distracted. It's not your fault, Ali. You asked me. I've lost my train of thought. Hold on, I'll come back in a sec. In the meantime, I can just say thanks to everyone who's come on. I appreciate you coming on, watching my, listening to me. Thank you. So, where were we? Oh, yes, sorry. There are, you will appreciate the work and the training. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the training because I want everyone to be clear on the training that needs. All I want to ask a question, guys, and it would, I mean, you can if you want, it wouldn't take a second. All you need to do is write this, right? I'll show you something. All you got to do is write yes. You're not being brainwashed now. I'm not manipulating you. I'm just seeing if you're compliant. So are you guys going to do the training? And when I say that, I'm not talking about take my program, take my course. That's your choice if you want to do that. What I mean is, are you going to face your fears and do the work that needs to be done to build your confidence and to stop feeling insecure around beautiful and to still feel good about who you are? And then that will eventually get you the goal. If you're not going to do it, please don't say yes. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to yourself. It wouldn't do you any favors. So just tell the truth and go no. If you can't do it, if you're too frightened at the moment and it's too difficult. So we got one yes. You can even write maybe, maybe you're not sure. You're in a place of unsureness. So I'm trying my best to be more compassionate because sometimes, I'll be honest, I do get frustrated, a little bit angry at you guys because I do think to myself, why can't they just do the work? Why I know they can do great at this. I know they can get the results that I've got, students. Why won't they do it? But I have to be compassionate and understand that people are frightened. And I've been frightened in my life, and it can be really terrifying when you're petrified. The fear can overtake you and stop you. So I'm compassionate about that. But I've got to be myself and say that I do get frustrated for a good reason, because it's genuinely caring about people, because I care about you guys and want you to succeed. That's great work, Lesbos. I mean, that's a man who's working his arse off. So let's read this back. What I've just read here, I'll tell you the truth, I'll be honest with you. I've read a man who is not appreciating himself enough on what he's done, because you spent nearly 6 hours here around the approaching. That's phenomenal work. Done 10 approaches. That's success right there. Most guys don't approach 10 women in 10 years or 1 year. You've got a phone number. That is phenomenal, which could flake. That's a bit of insecurity on your part, which is human, but that's not who you are. A lot of effort. Got one number, and it can get disheartening. So all you need to do is value who you are as a person, regardless, irrespective of how many approaches you've done today. Yeah, but I'm proud of you, honestly. I'm genuinely shocked and proud of what you've done, because a lot of guys won't do it, and they're the ones I get frustrated with, because I know they could do it, but you've gone out and done the work. So you can just chill back for a bit, enjoy the talk, enjoy being who you be, proud of yourself, and maybe, anyway, I won't go into that, but well done. Well done for being honest. You said you've got severe social anxiety, and I've helped you, and that's good. You've admitted that, and everyone has got social anxiety to a certain extent, myself included. I just manage it a lot better than most people do, than I used to do, and that comes with loving yourself more and doing the work. So, right, we're going to get into doing the work, and what I want to do today is, I don't want to. That's nice as well. See that? I love that when you're saying well done to the next person in the group, not being jealous, being caring. You guys are coming on really good. I've noticed an improvement in you guys since the last few live streams. There's a lot more honesty and love. And true confidence. That's great. So I want to excite and inspire you guys to do the work, because I've tried being really hard and it doesn't always work. So I'm going to talk to you about how I can excite you to do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do for a second is, this might be a bit challenging. It didn't make sense at the start. Right now, in this moment, I'm going to teach you how to build confidence with beautiful women. And I'm going to teach you how to take away the burden of this feeling that you're not good enough when you're around beautiful women, and all of this anxiety and insecurity and jealousy and fear and whatnot. Now, the work I'm going to talk about has got nothing to do with women. It's got nothing to do with talking to women. It's got everything to do with you. It's all about you as a person, what you're doing. So ideally, you seriously want to start getting yourself fit. You want to get into the gym. Whatever weight training, sorry, not weight, whatever exercise works for you, because everyone's different. So there's swimming that you can do. There is weightlifting. There is bodybuilding. You've got spinning classes. You've got yoga. You've got aerobics. You've got cycling. You've got jogging. Then there's boxing training. There's mixed martial arts. All these different avenues can develop you as a man. They can build your confidence, and they can, yeah, they build your confidence. They take away that feeling that you're not good enough around women. So the reason why it's very important that you do this is because, and getting a good body and getting a six-pack and building muscles, and that's all good and well. This is not why you do it. It's not the real deeper reason. You do this to connect with yourself. You do this to improve your mental health, your happiness, your everything, and you do it to train your spirit. This is really what my teaching is about. It's spiritual. You develop your spirit, you work on your soul, you strengthen your integrity, you strengthen your mindset through doing practical activities. You know, and when you go to the gym, it will get out all of your frustration, because we're human, you're men, we have it, your anger, your doubt, your insecurities, the feelings that it's not possible for me. It gets rid of them. It aligns you. It connects you. It makes you feel great about yourself. And when you feel great, you immediately go, I want to keep doing this. Obvious. And then you fall in love with it. It's no longer a chore. It's not that burden of, oh, I've got to go to the gym and I don't feel like it. That's not the place I'm not coming from there, honestly. And that's why I feel good about sharing this with other men. I used to come from that place, and then I didn't end up keeping up the membership. Now it's just I fell in love with it. There's a relationship with me in the gym. It's not fake. It's not forced. It's not like I need to do it. And I just want to share that. Generally, my first text to a girl that I meet is very simple. It's very honest. I keep it very short. I don't go into, and I just say, hi, I enjoyed meeting you today. I enjoyed talking to you, Johnny. Very simple. And that's congruent. So I keep it simple, you know, and sometimes I'll follow my intuition. If my intuition, my heart says you should make a joke, I'll make a joke. So that's how I do my first text. But a lot of it comes down to honesty and intuition. And what did you speak about with the girl? Who is she? Relating your message to her. So I know how to get my message across to you guys. I know the sort of language to use. I be myself, I be intuitive. I come from my own heart, but I also have got intelligence and understand where you guys are at. What is the right thing to say? What is not appropriate, but whilst being honest. So that's how you message girls, from that place, and then you can't go wrong. And yeah, you're right. I would say that. I would say be yourself, and say something that comes into your mind about being creepy. That's pure truth that you've spoken. You're starting to get it now. You guys are getting. You guys are going to do great with women, man. You guys are going to get. You're already getting good results. You're doing the training. So all you got to do is keep doing the training. So gym is one area of the training, one aspect, and it hits every cylinder, everything. So when you develop discipline to go to the gym, what you're actually saying is, I take responsibility. I value myself. I love myself. I respect myself. I respect my mental health. And just enjoy yourself. Discipline and determination and reaching goals, it does not need to be, it doesn't need to be like not pleasurable. I have so much fun. I feel great. Because I've been doing so much training, I can't believe how much more relaxed I am on these live streams. I used to think I was relaxed 3 years ago. Now, if I probably watch that stuff back, I probably will be quite shocked that I'm quite anxious, or I speak fast, or I'm not fully settled in myself. So it settles you more. It relaxes you more. It takes down the social anxiety. If you've got social anxiety, you go for a swim and then socialize with people after, you'll feel more relaxed around them. So you've got to do the training, you know. I do boxing training, I do weight training, I do cycling. And these are things I do because I love it. I don't do it because I want to be cool or I want people to think he's cool. It's not, you don't, that's ego again, ego feeling. Be very aware of that. I do it because it makes me feel great and I enjoy it. And I love going, I love the relationship with the facilities. You know, back to what I said to Lesbos earlier about appreciation. Going to the gym and developing discipline and finding love and appreciation. When you've got appreciation leaking out of you, women are going to be attracted to you because it's congruent energy, it's confident, it's honest. So yeah, and it is a training is meditation. You're very welcome, Lesbos. I'm really pleased for you generally. You've massively grown. I remember speaking to you a few months ago when I was doing a live stream in a hotel, and I could kind of feel that at that time you were struggling with something, and now it feels like you've overcome that struggle, and your messages are more genuine and more honest because you're doing the work. It shows. It shows in the messages. It shows in the message. So I can read you guys' messages. It's not from judgment. It's from caring about you and loving you, want to help you. I can tell where you're at by your message. I can tell if you love yourself or not. I can tell if you're practicing the right way. So anyway, that was just a side note. My "you're not good enough" is strong in my mind. Well, you'll stay on this video, Sebastian, because I've been speaking about this for this whole day and this rest of the week. I've done it on Facebook live streams. I'll leave a link to show you my Facebook videos, and I talk about this. When you do the training, you defeat that voice that every man has in his head. I'm not good enough. So when the voice of "I'm not good enough" is strong, that's your inner being, your inner self saying, "You're not working on me. You're not loving me. You're not feeding me." So when we go to the gym and develop discipline, there's no motivation to watch pornography. There's no hunger. There's no thirst. There's no sexual excitement. You don't need to watch porn because you've connected. So it's also abstaining from the addictions. I'm not going to go heavily into that. I don't want to sound like I'm preaching and I'm condemning people because I've lived an addictive life off. But now at this moment, I'm a lot more clean. I'm not going into those things. So that's really important as well. And I'm really pleased that this is helping you guys because I just kind of thought, how could this not help the world and help men? Because it's helped me so much. And that's why I'm very grateful and I'm very, I just feel very balanced about sharing it, which is good. You know, I don't feel overly excited. I don't feel upset or angry. It just feels very natural to share it with men and help them. So doing the work is having a good relationship with your body and going to the gym, you know. And what I found is from going to the gym, I just feel more socially lighter, more happier. My concentration levels are better. I have got more energy. My sleeping has improved. My sleeping. I'm just my taste. My senses have improved. They've all become more, and I'm more present and much more spiritually aligned and stronger. So whatever it takes, guys, get down the gym and even train with someone. I do training on my own, and I've been training with a former client. We're now building a friendship. We're working on some projects together, business projects, a big vision to help lots of men. What I'm doing now, more people. So connection through training. Connection eradicates the voice. I'm not good enough for her. She's too attractive for me. She wouldn't love me. She wouldn't value me. She wouldn't want to talk to me. It takes that away. Yeah, the gym clears your head. It definitely clears your head and it improves your energy. It makes you more, and that's when you become more attracted to them. There's more light. They can see it. You'll have more light in your eyes, smile, your tonality, your speaking patterns. It shows. That's really brave of you, Mark. Well done. I don't know why this feels relevant to say this. I don't usually speak about people, but I'm speaking good of the man. And for whatever reason, yesterday I clicked on a video and it was Paul Merson, a former Arsenal footballer, obviously very famous, was talking openly and honestly about his gambling addiction, that he spent 6 or 7 million on gambling and that bad relationship. And he talked about in those moments when he's hated himself. And I just really admired the man's courage to come out and talk about it. So when you just admitted it, it reminded me of Paul Merson. And what he said, what helps him is basically same as what I'm teaching. He needs to get around people and speak and get support and talk it out so he doesn't go and do that. So I think what would help you, Mark, is having someone to talk to about your addictions and your fears, but then taking action. My whole therapy and teaching to men is practical action, is that movement, that connection. So when you go to the gym, that's it, actually. You've helped me to articulate what I'm trying to teach even better, Mark, and clearer. As men, we want a connection. We're looking for a love, a connection to a woman, to ourselves, to our fellow male friends, to our business, to money. We want a connection. When we feel connected, we're satisfied. We feel safe. We feel loved. We don't feel we're not problematic. We're not chaotic and psychotic. So find the connection in the gym. And then you find a connection, and it's like what Lesbos has done. Put the hours in. Go out and do 6 hours of speaking to them in the daytime. Get social. Talk to women. And when you find that connection yourself, you will find it on the projected world. You'll meet a woman with that connection. That's what happened to me. It just started happening naturally. And sometimes I've orchestrated it by approaching. You'll just align with a woman, and you'll just have such a strong connection. I have it with a friend. I have it with a woman that I dated. We still love each other. We're still really close. I've never had such a strong connection with a woman in my life, and she said the same. She's never felt such a loving connection. Excuse me. Oh. So this connection is very important. The way you deal with assertive women is by loving them more. If you love them more and you love yourself, that love that you have, it will just blast all of because it sounds like their assertiveness can be their insecurity, their ego. So you're more loving, more kind, and more stronger. Then you'll not be intimidated by a woman's assertiveness if it's coming from the wrong place. Because sometimes assertiveness is genuine, it's honest, it's caring. But if it's in a bullying fashion or insecurity or nastiness, then sometimes you've got to stand up to it and say, I'd appreciate you not speaking to me like that. That's not kind. So it's having the intelligence to know, is the woman being genuine and caring and assertive, and it's for the right reasons, or is she being abusive? Only you can answer that. So I've got half an hour more for you guys to ask me questions, because we're going to end the stream in half an hour, and I'm going to share the rest of the teaching. So I've already shared. I've gave you the training part. That's what I'm doing. That is the truth. So you need to go and take part in some physical exercise and fitness, and that does not mean to get a six-pack or muscles. That's irrelevant. That's great if you get that. This is about you finding the connection with yourself. This is you developing discipline. So the question is, will you go to the gym or not? That lies with you. I can't make you do that. That's down to yourself. What's the next one? Yeah, okay. It's called voice watching, or what Eckhart Tolle talks about, observing your shadow or your ego. Now, I wouldn't recommend that you do this every day, because that would drive you mad. It's not healthy. But once in a while, it's really healthy. I do it when I do it quite regularly, but I've built up the strength. You want to start practicing just being more aware and observant of your negative thoughts that you have, like thoughts that I'm not good enough, or things won't work out for me, or I shouldn't do that. Listen to all that, or any sort of inner negativity and problems and addictions, start to observe it. Then you'll understand yourself more and become aware that that doesn't sum you up as a person. It's not who you are. So a voice saying I'm not good enough, that's not you. A voice saying that I won't get any success with women, they're all going to flake on me, that's not you. A voice that says that I can't make any money, there's no money available, it's too difficult, only rich people make money, that's not you. The voice that says that I'm a failure, I'm not good at anything, I've got no confidence in myself, I'm just a person with social anxiety and depression, and I'm not good enough, that's not you. So when you become aware, you immediately are in a place of more confidence and self-esteem, because a lot of people are not aware that's not them. They think every single critical negative inner voice is who they are. And then they start acting on it. They start acting like a person who is not good enough. And then they treat people bad, and then people get upset and angry at you. So be observant. And then you'll get in touch more of your inner being. Like I spoke about the inner self. That's a better word for me. You'll develop that more. So the relationship with the inner self is very important with the outer self. So the outer work is we go out into the practical world. Of course, we go on the street, parks, coffee shops, and we speak to women. You speak to a woman. You be social. You put yourself out there. The practical work is you go into the leisure center. You go into the swimming. You go to the gym. You train MMA. You train boxing. You go for a run. You go for hill sprints. You do deadlifts, squats, whatever connects you to you. That's the outer work. But it also corresponds with the inner self. And the inner self needs to be worked on. It needs feeling and love. Yeah, if you guys want to hit the like button, that would be great. And you can leave comments and you can subscribe. So you want to become more conscious. You first want to become more conscious of your own negativity, your own judgments towards other people, your own anger towards other people, your negative patterns, the patterns that say, oh, let's just watch porn, or let's not go to the gym, or let's not practice being nice to people, let's be angry and judgmental. You start becoming aware of that, and you start realizing, I don't want to be this person. You don't have to be. And if you don't feel it, you don't become this person. The way that I motivate myself to stay positive and motivate myself when I wasn't getting results with women, or when I'm not getting the results, I come back to the spiritual aspects. You know, I come back to the deeper part of me, if that makes sense. And that might be me just going, I can't believe how much I love my mum and dad. I know that can sound really deep, but that's the truth. So if I'm really frustrated in my life that I'm not getting results with women, and that's bothering me and making me feel down and depressed, I'll just go straight to it and go, right, how much do I love my mum and dad? Or how much do I love other members of my family? How much do I love my friend? I'll go back into a good memory and I'll find gratitude and love for myself. And then I'll get excited and go, I might even be inspired to go and watch the Eckhart Tolle, like the same way you guys were inspired to watch me, because it makes you feel good about yourself. I give you hope. So I'll find an aligned, kind teacher who gives me that extra bit of hope, and that will keep me motivated. And I'll be excited at the fact that I am failing, but I'm failing my way to success. The glory is coming. The success is coming with a go. It's only a matter of time. The success will come knocking on the door. So that's what I do, Lesbos. And if you want to go deeper, if I get really upset and I get hurt and it starts getting me down and I start getting confusion and suicidal thoughts, or the world's over, I'm not good enough, I will just faith in God, and then I'll be inspired to go and work on myself, get down the gym. So I'll face the truth. And then the girl's got no choice but to be attracted to you, because you're living and breathing truth. You're in a great state of consciousness. You're in a good place, and you've got the ability. You've already proved that you've got the ability. You've gone out today, done 6 hours, 10 approaches, 1 number, and you're listening to my live stream and you haven't logged off yet. Because what I'm saying is truthful. It would hurt a lot of people's feelings. So it takes a lot of discipline and strength to listen to someone who's speaking from this place, who's living it and doing it. And it's exposing, and it exposes me as well. I've got to expose myself as I'm helping you guys. So that's the training part. Very important to observe voices. In terms of collaborations at the moment, I only collaborate when I know in my heart it is with the right person. So I have considered it, but I only do it when it feels right. So that's my answer. So so that's another way that you can do it. All right. So there's another one. Okay, this is really important. This is very important. And again, some guys might get it. You've got to get your hygiene top class. Your hygiene has to be phenomenal. This is not for women or anything, for yourself, self-respect, self-love. You got to shower regularly. You got to, aftershave. You got to wear clean clothes, clean pants, clean socks, because a lot of guys struggle with this. I did in my past life years ago. You've got to get that right. Yeah, you need to shower every day. If you're showering every day, and as I say this, I'll be taking a shower after. I just come from swimming. I shower every day, but I'll be showering again. You've got to shower every day. You know how I look clean. You can see it. Groom your beard. I know that I've got quite a wild hairstyle, but I cut my hair, I wash my hair, condition my hair. You've got to take care of yourself. And this is not about ego. This is not to impress people. I'm not here to impress you. The truth is impressive enough. And as one guy said, the truth is stranger than fiction. The truth is stranger than fiction. So this is important. It's very important that you hygiene and fashion. You know, you don't need a fashion designer. Get your fashion right. I'm not going to go into that any further. Those aspects are just as important as all the other. There's not one aspect that's more important than the other. They all join up. So we've talked about the importance of doing the work. Doing the work is facing fears on a practical level, and doing the inner work, spiritual work, the inner self and the outer self. So you've got gym, you've got watching your negativity, getting more observant with your mind, your addictions, abstaining from porn, alcohol, drugs. Next one is we've spoken about fashion. Now I'm going to this is kind of my favorite, but then they're all my favorite. It's weird to say one is better than the other because creativity. Now I realize that, when we say creative people, I say it sometimes, and we say it in a way, there's creative people and there's people that are not creative. Well, I realize that's not true. Every single human being is creative, but not every single human being has got the courage to create because of fears, because of the voices that I'm not good enough, that's not good enough, I don't deserve that. You guys need to start creating what you love. And for me, I create videos. I love video blogging, live streams, teaching, putting the videos out. It's a piece of art for me. It connects me, as you can see. It does me good to bring good on other people. So I also like writing. And obviously I create coaching programs. I create a business. So I don't know what your creative talents are, but I know that you've got talent in you. The question is, have you got the courage to bring it out? And with the amount of people that I've mentored, every single one of them has been a creative genius, but a lot of them have been scared to show it because they're frightened of their potential and they're scared of being judged by people. So when you do creative work, I'm going to tell you what it does in a nutshell. It heals your anger. It takes your jealousy away. It is good for your mental health. It stops you focusing on negative things, and it connects you. Connection, love. You actually will care about your friends and family more and yourself. So creative work is phenomenal. Creative work is really, that's even, I can't even get the words. It's life changing. And I know that a lot of you are creative people. So when I say creative, it could be singing. So I had a friend the other day, and she's lovely and beautiful. She's just a world-class singer. So if you're a singer, then sing, because that's being creative. If you're a writer and you like writing, then write the truth. Write what you want to write. Write a script, or just write. Writing is being creative. If you're an artist and you love drawing and painting, do that. That is healing. That will give you that will affect all the others. You know, and then you'll have more confidence when you go out and speak to women, because behind the scenes you're living good. You go to the gym, you swim, you're taking care of yourself. So I'm trying to think what else. Boxing is creative. For guys that I love boxing, training, hitting a punch bag, doing pads, sparring. That's creative. Do it. Be creative. What else is there? Like I said, making videos, public speaking. That's creativity. So all of the expression that comes from within and that you get it out, that's really going to help you. So, you know, what is your art? What are you good at? For someone who loves photography, then that's your creative outlet. When you do your when you are creative and you do what you love, you find who you are. And that's really what this live stream is about. It's helping people to find themselves. And I find myself through practical things, like I said, through teaching, talking, training, swimming, boxing. And then we could even go into the relationship aspect. This is the result you're going to get. Making love with someone that you love, that's beautiful, that's creative. When it's caring and genuine, kissing, hugging, love relationships. That's why you guys are all here. You want to have a great relationship, a great relationship with yourself. Yeah, judo, karate, MMA, that's the creativity. So you guys starting to understand what doing the work means, putting people, and it's all positive things. You know, and another thing is, if you like helping people, go and do that. If you like training or teaching or mentoring, business, entrepreneurship, that is creative stuff. If you've got a project that you want to do, if you want to raise money, if you want to help people, if you want to build a business, if you want to build a YouTube channel, then do those things. People don't do these things because they're scared of succeeding, so do them. I think cold showers are great. Cold showers can be really good. It's better to take a cold shower than no shower. If you're a shorter guy, if you're a shorter man and you've got insecurities that you're not tall enough, then work on your spirit, because your spirit can be your spirit. If you work on your spirit and you're 5'6", your spirit will be bigger than a man who's 6'2". A man who's 6'2", but he doesn't work on his spirit, he's small. He's playing small. He's living small. His energy's small. His level. So you can't change your height. You can't physically, but you can change your spirit. You can grow. And if you're spiritually aligned, if you're honest and aligned to love, and you're doing the work, women are going to be attracted to you. They're going to say, okay, he's shorter. Yeah, he's not tall, but I just love him. He's lovely. So come on, guys. We know, we've seen examples. So we're not going to get into height too much, because we know that's starting to get into resentment, untruth, not taking responsibility. There's so many short guys who are successful. I don't have to name it. Tom Cruise. I've rest my case. So do the work. So we've got like a last. I'm going to have about 15 more minutes left. If you guys want to get some questions in, I'm happy to answer them. Yeah, you've seen a lot of women. I've mentored, I've coached loads of men that are short and got them dating beautiful women. So we know there's hope. It's very possible. I'm just going to take just a minute, a few seconds, just to have a rest. I've been talking a lot. Give you guys some chance to answer questions. I'm going to see if I can share this live stream. I can share it to Facebook, actually. That's great. Actually, that's fine. I can share this stream later. I don't have to do it now. The question, do looks matter? I would say no. And that might challenge a lot of people, because I used to think that I was ugly when I was younger, and it was so strong that I didn't even want to look in the mirror. I didn't want to look into girls' eyes. But when I started to go out and face my fears of speaking to women, as I built my confidence, I didn't even think about looks anymore. That wasn't an issue. So if you don't focus on looks being a problem, it won't be a problem for you. So again, it's about not identifying with a voice. And if you keep doing the work that you're doing, Lesbos, your looks won't matter. But you can improve your look. Looks don't matter, but your look matters. Now, if you look scruffy and you don't wash, I'm not saying that you do, I'm just saying, broadly speaking, if you don't work on yourself, you don't work out regularly, you're in bad shape, you don't feel good, then it's not a good look. Work on your spirit. If you do the inner work, you look beautiful outside. It's a projection. So men who say, does height matter, Johnny? Does looks matter? Does money matter? When they're saying all that, what they're really saying is, can I get out of doing the inner work? And the answer is no. And if you don't do the inner work, then you don't get results with women. Simple. So anytime feelings of being resentful or a victim, then you know that you need to do it. Because when you do the work, you'd never ask that question. So I'm just going to go a little bit higher, guys. Trust me with this. The questions of, what should I say to the girl? What should I text the girl? Does money matter? Should I pay for the first drink? Is it being weak if I say I love her? These are all the lower frequencies. They're the lower state of consciousness. It's the more consistent place, because the world is innately a bit more negative. There's a lot of positive people trying to lift people's level of consciousness up. So you'd never ask that when you're aligned, because I don't ask those questions. They don't even. That's not even in my belief system. I used to have that though. So I understand your question and I understand where it comes from, but I'm trying to say it ain't coming from the best part of you, if that makes sense. Because if you're honest and you're congruent and you're living good and you're facing your fears and you love women and you like yourself, you've built more confidence, that will not be, you'll know that's not a problem no more, because you'll be dating a beautiful woman, and it'll be nothing to do with your look, your height. It's just based on your heart. It's because of who you are. So who you are is not your looks. That's not who you are. Who you are is not your bank account. That's not who you are. Who you are is not the car you drive. Who you are is not the place that you go to. They're all good and well. You can do those fun things, enjoy all that, but that's not who you are. Who you are is something much deeper. Who you are is not how many food that you ate. Who you are is not how many followers you have on Instagram or Facebook. None of that's who you are. So connect to who you are. And then you'll see the proof, because I've done it and I've seen the proof of the results I've got, and I've seen it for students. So I'm glad that you guys have asked that, because you've agitated that, and you've not agitated, but well, maybe you've inspired me to say the truth again, to be even more truthful, because there are levels of truth. Or maybe there's one level of truth, but we break them down until we have the courage to tell it in its entirety, which I'm doing now. So you guys need to find out who you are. You need to find out who you are. And the lower questions, if you start saying things like, you're very welcome, because this is the way the world is. The world would say money matters with women, looks matter, height matters. But if that matters to you and you believe that, you will attract women that care about those things, because they'll be in the lower frequency with you. But you'll attract a good woman who doesn't value those things as much. She values the man himself. So I never hear the question from men saying, Johnny, does a man's spirit matter to a woman? I never hear that. That's a much more intelligent. It's just, look, there's a silence when I said that. There's a presence when I said that. Even I'm taken back. My spirit's spoken. Even more truth coming out of me. Does a man ever ask and say, Johnny, does a woman care about your level of consciousness, your spirit? To that answer, I would say, absolutely, yes, she does, 100%. Of course she does. Even if she's not aware of it, because the spirit speaks. We sense where someone's at spiritually. Good-hearted person, bad-hearted person, good-spirited, bad-spirited. So work on your spirit, get your spirit right. Yeah, a man's spirit matters to a woman because they sense it. And your spirit is your actions, your deeds. So if you're living good and you're treating people right, and you're developing confidence and facing fear, then you are you're going to have beautiful women. It's just going to be a consequence. And it's like I've said many times to guys before. Every man wants a beautiful woman, but no man wants to. But not many men want to see the beauty in themselves. They don't want that relationship with themselves because they're scared to do the work. They're scared to suffer in order to grow and to go through all of the untruths in their life to find the truth in themselves. I'll just give you an example. This will sort of tie into what I'm saying. You know, for men that would go online and troll and criticize, it shows where they're at spiritually. It shows that spiritually, at this moment in time, unfortunately, their spirit's very weak because they feel the need to judge people. They feel the need to be dishonest. They feel the need to be a coward, to go onto a keyboard and write and say things about someone that they would never have the courage to say to their face. They'd never say it to their face. They'd fall apart with fear and terror. So there's signs of weak-spirited behavior. And a beautiful, confident, attractive woman, she's not going to date a guy who goes online and trolls people. That type of energy, it will attract and pull in a woman who's in a bad place, who would also do that. So you have to look at the way you're treating people in relation to the way you want to be treated. That's a really good question. I'm going to answer that. That's really brave. So I understand that a lot of guys have. I've had it myself with going out, how to not take it serious when I go out. I feel like I'm in a serious mood. I think that comes snapping out of it, you know, bang, snap out of it. When you're in a serious mood, it's because you're identified with your mind. You're so bought into worrying about money, worrying about your relationships, worrying about life, people, you know, your job. When you start doing all that stuff, it takes over, doesn't it? So self-awareness, be aware of it. Be aware of why. Ask yourself, why am I so serious? And you might find that you're angry about someone, or you haven't faced the fear, or you've been feeding an addiction. So it's good that you recognize it because that's already a sign that your inner self is growing. And all these things make a difference because, you know, I can just tell by a guy's level of consciousness, his concentration when you speak, you can develop these things. It's hard to explain the best experience I've had with speaking to women or in my videos. The place I'm at now, this is the place where it's exciting, where I'm just present, I'm myself, and I've experienced that many times. So there's been so many good experiences. It's very difficult to focus on one time. There's been so many, but good question. Um, I really appreciate that about the TED Talk because that's, you know, that's one of my that's something that I'd like to do. That's been a goal of mine and a dream, and I believe that's going to happen as well. But I'm very open and relaxed, and if it's going to happen, it will. And I believe also, I appreciate you saying that. That's quite intuitive. So we're going to finish up in about 5 minutes time. And I really enjoyed today. It's been really good. You guys have been really patient, and it's been challenging to a good degree. I appreciate the support, guys. Thank you. So yeah, I feel the TED Talk coming as well. So I've shared as much as I possibly could today, and that will help you guys. You've got all the different avenues, you know. So with that said, now it's about putting it into practice. And honestly, when you do it and practice it, you have so much fun. It's it just sort of yeah. What can I say? You know, you have a good night as well. Cheers, man. So do you like the feeling of a brand new dressing gown? That's a great question. It's funny you said that because yeah, I wore that. My mum got me that for Christmas. Lately, I haven't felt inspired, but I wore it for quite a few weeks. You know, the months behind me. So that can be nice. Yeah, that's like fully surrendering when you've got your. But that, even what you said there, Mark, that was like nice. That was like appreciation. And if you can appreciate the small little things, then you're going to do great with women, because women are very attracted to appreciation. They're very attracted to, you know, men that have that. So that's important. Anyway, it feels time to end this. We've come to an end. The energy says stop, so we'll stop. I really enjoyed it. Put that into practice, guys. I'll see you on the next live stream. And this is how you build your confidence and stop feeling insecure around women. You take responsibility and you do all the things that I said. So I'll speak to you guys soon. Have a good one. All right. Bye.